Okay, I went ahead and I made another video just because I didn't want the first video to be like an hour, long. So this is my part 2 of the Tunisian color change using the Tunisian simple stitch. The first part is where you learn, I teach you how to add your color and then how to change your color using the bobbin way. So each section has a color. I went ahead and I got rid of 2 of my bobbins. So I only have 2 strands of working yarn that we'll be working with. So if you're following along with me and doing a piece like this, go ahead and cut off your other 2 bobbins. And we're just going to leave those tails and ignore them. So the carrying your yarn way, what you're going to do is you're going to be taking this pink to this section and then carrying it all the way over here to this section. And then once you do this section in white, you're going to move it over here and then back and forth, back and forth. This part can be a little confusing and a little frustrating. So I hope that I simplify it for you. So let's get started. Again, we're going to add, and it's the same way. If you're doing it the carrying your yarn way, you add your yarn, your initial first color, you do it exactly the same way as I showed you in the previous part 1. So, yeah, so there's nothing fancy, and you do it the exact same thing. Your first part, you're going to add 4 of the white on here. And then same as before, you're going to drop your working yarn. Sorry, I got tangled up here. Okay, so again, you're just going to drop that initial working yarn. Just like before, leave it back there, it hangs out, don't touch it yet. And then we're going to add 4 of our pink. Okay, now this is where the difference happens. So again, you're going to drop your pink down. And instead of, like before where we had the bobbin here, we're going to take the white from over here. So we're not adding a new bobbin. Okay, and then you're going to cross it over the pink. So you see, this working yarn is going to become the new working yarn. And that pink strand just hangs out back there for right now. This is where you have to be careful with your tension, because pulling it from the other side of your color change or just your other side of your work, it creates this loop here. And this loop, as you see, is movable. But if you pull it too tight, this is what happens. Pull it too tight. Do you see that? How it just shrunk that down. And that completely just ruins your image, your pattern, your whole piece. It's heartbreaking when that happens. And so I am horrible with my tension. I'm very sloppy with it. I leave a lot of slack back here. Like I said before, I work with pillows. So I hope there's not, a Tunisian crochet police out there, because I am horrible with my tension. Because I have had my first graph that I did was a Home Sweet Home pillow that I was making for my mother-in-law. And I had to redo it after I got, over halfway done. Because once I finally realized what was happening, doing it this way, I was pulling it so tight. And the letters were just all cattywampus. It was horrible. So another way, if you don't want to be sloppy with your tension, to make sure that you still, this is still pretty loose and tight, is just kind of pull this, just kind of separate it a little bit to make sure that, it's not too tight back there. And then you go ahead and you continue on with your 4. And then, so that's what the back looks like so far with this white from over here. So then now, again, you're going to drop that white. Just let it hang out over there. And then you're going to pick up this pink and you're going to cross it over that white. And again, you're going to be careful with your tension. Especially since, because of color change, you know, you're pulling from over here. So when you first do this first loop, it's very easy to get that distorted tension because, you know, you're kind of squishing it together. So once you make that initial loop, just go ahead and go back there, loosen that up a bit, you know, or pull like I do. And then we're going to finish our 4. And we're going to finish in that last 2 bars so we don't get a wonky edge. Okay, so we got all 16 of our stitches back on our hook, or loops on our hook. This is what the back looks like so far. So just those 2 lines. And then same as before, we're going to do our pass back. So we're going to do our 1 and then pull through 2 until we get to that last pink. Okay, now here is where our color change. Now just like before, but I'll show you again, we're going to take our old color and we're going to cross it over towards the white. Now this is where, for beginners, when you're first doing color changes, it can get confusing if you're working with, you know, the same color pattern like this, because you'll think, you know, you get distracted or something and you think that this one is already crossed over here, that this is the, you know, old yarn crossed over. So you need to watch that. So you take your old yarn and you're going to cross that over here to the right. Hold it down with your finger. You're going to pick up your new color and bring it to the front. Okay. And then you're going to give that a gentle tug and drop that back down. And then you're going to pull through all the way until you get to that last white. Okay, and then just like before, the last one, we're going to cross over here, okay, and then we're going to pull this. Oh, I'm sorry, this is where it gets a little tricky. Sorry about this. Okay, forget that. You are going to, instead of, because you see your new color is on the left side. So what you're going to do is you're going to pick up the color that you're switching from, and you're going to take your new color and you're going to pull your new color towards the right side and your old color to the right side. And then you're going to cross them back again. Okay? An easier way to explain this, but a long way to explain this is your new color. So you're going to take your old color and you're going to lift it up. You're going to pull your new color underneath it. You're going to lay your old color on top of it. So do you see? New color, old color. And then you're going to take your new color and you're going to loop it back over. So it creates a loop around your new one. I hope this is making sense. Okay, so if the tying part doesn't, you're not really tying, you're not really knotting it, but if the crisscrossing doesn't help, then you want to make sure that your new color that you're switching to is looped around the color that you just used, okay? And then you're going to put down that old color. And then I hold the loop part with my finger to help with the tension. And then you're going to pull that through the two. So this is where it gets a little confusing because, and then you take that white from behind over here and same thing, just give it a good tug. Because when you're doing your first pass back, carrying your yarn, you do it like before with the bobbins, how I showed you, you know, take this color, cross it over here, pick this one up and on top of it. And then when you get to your second color change, that's where you have to loop it back over. And then you're going to pull through your two all the way until you get to the white. Now, same thing as before. This is your color you just did. Your color that you're switching to is now over here. So you have to go under your color that you just did. Bring your new color over here to the right side. Lay your old color down on top of it. And then loop your new color back on top. Or for people that makes sense, you're going to take this color and this color and you're going to twist them like so. So just twist them. And then you're going to drop that color down. Again, I like to hold this loop down against these other loops. And then you just drop that pink. Now, I'm going to show, if this is too confusing for you, don't lose hope. I'm going to show you how to do this for 2 more rows. And then again, you're going to give that pink a good little tug. And we're going to finish with our white. Okay, now you can see from the front, the color change looks exactly like the bobbin color change. Okay, so from the front, you can't tell. So you can play around with it. From the back, though, it looks completely different than the bobbin way. You can see it starts zigzagging. And so, like I said, I use this for pillows, because you're not going to see the back. I necessarily do not like this way for blankets and things that you are not going to be backing with fabric. Because I'm always scared that, you know, a kid is going to get their finger caught in there, you know, wrapped up or something, or it's going to get pulled too tight that way and distort the image, or these things get cut and it just unravels your yarn. Now, there are some people out there that can do it this way, and their tension is not too tight and not too loose, and it's very uniformed, and it looks beautiful. I myself have not figured out how they do that voodoo magic yet. So if you have any tips you might want to share, go ahead and do that. But yeah, so I also like this for just, you know, simple projects where there's just 2 colors. Like if you're doing words, like I do pillows with words on them, graphed words. And so it's just easier for me just to do, you know, the 2 skeins of yarn versus, oh, there's my marker. Surprise. Anyway, the 2 skeins of yarn instead of doing a bunch of bobbins. Right now, I will be attempting a few blankets now that I myself am comfortable with the color changes. And so I will be doing some portrait blankets hopefully soon, and hopefully we'll have the bobbin thing figured out by now. Okay, we are going to move on to our second row. Again, if this part is super confusing for you, don't worry, pause the video, rewind it. I'm going to show you 2 more rows of it this way. So let's get started on that. Again, we're going to go ahead and we're going to add our 4 loops of white. Okay, now same as before, you're going to drop that working yarn, and then you're going to pick up your next color, and you're going to do 4 loops of your pink. Okay, now we're going to drop our pink, and then on the back, again, we are going to take our white, and we're going to cross it over on top of our pink. And then we're going to do 4 of the white. And remember, again, to watch your tension, because remember this loop pulls it in from the over here. So again, separate it this way if you want to. Do your sloppy tension. I will not judge you. And then you're going to finish your 3. Okay. Again, we're going to drop that white, and then from the back, we are going to pick up. Oh, almost knocked my camera over. Whoopsies. Okay, there we go. Back to study. Okay. Anyway, we are going to take this color, or this new color that we need over here. We're going to cross it over. So we're going to cross it over the top of the white. So the initial loopage is not loopage. The initial start of the row, whatever you call it, part 1 of the row, part 2, the forward pass, we'll call it that. It's not too confusing. You know, you're just bringing this over here and then vice versa. It's the pass back that gets people tangled up, ticked off. Finish those 2. Okay, we've got all 16 of our loops. This is what the back looks like. This is our white working yarn. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and do our pass back. Okay, on our pass back, pull up that 1 loop. And we're going to pull through 2. Pull through 2. So we get to our color change. And again, like before, this one is just the same as we did. This is just a normal, we'll call this the normal color change. You're going to take your old color and move it to the right, and then you're going to lift up from the bottom. So your old working color goes on top of your new color, and then you're going to pull that to the front. So that's pretty easy to remember. And then we're going to give that tug. Don't forget to tug it, because once this gets kind of weaved in here, I mean, you can go back and kind of do this, but I don't think it works as well that way. And then we're going to finish our white. 2, 2, and 2. Now this is the crisscrossing one. So this is the yarn that we just used. And this one is over here. So we're going to lift up our old color, put our new color underneath it, drop our old color, loop back our new color. Okay. Or a faster way is we're going to cross, or I guess twist. We're going to twist them. We'll call it twisting. Okay, same result, different wordage. Again, you want to be careful with this tension because you don't want to pull from here too tight. I'm going to pull this one over here, keep it out of the way, and then we're going to pull through our two colors. And then we're going to pull that white, because it's back over here again, but we're going to pull that white and lock that in. And bye-bye gap. Oh, see what I did there? You don't want to do that. So don't do that. That's why I like my sloppy tension. Loosen that up. Okay, and then we're going to continue and finish our pink part. Okay, again, another color change, just different colors. So let me get in screen here. Camera does not like focusing. Okay, so old color, new color from over here needs to go over here. So instead of it doing it this way, that will give you a gap. Trust me. So you're going to pick up your old color and you're going to bring your new color over here to the right side. And then you're going to bring your new color back over your old one to make a loop. So let's see if this works better upside down. Do you see that? Okay. And then we're going to watch our tension on here. Give that some slack. And to keep from getting tangled or messed up, I do. You might not find it necessary once you get used to this, but I do. I keep a good hold on my old color. Either pinch between these two fingers, depending on how you hold your hook, or press back here against these loops. And then you're going to pull through those two. And then you give that pink yarn a good tug. Lock it in. And then you're going to finish your white row. Okay. And then also, if you end up doing it too tight, I've noticed that I get these loops come over on top from the back, and then you'll end up, I've done it before. It comes to the front, and then I'll try to do it like this, and it's, you know, a mess. So just push those loops back down back there. And then this is what our back looks like so far. The zigzags. Okay, let's get started on our final row. So again, we're going to add 4 white, just like before. We drop that yarn down. We're going to pick up our pink, do 4 of the pink. See, now it's starting to crawl on me. Pink. Get that. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to drop that back down. And then again from our back, we're going to take our new color and we're going to cross it over the top. What is going on here? I don't really know what I did, but let's just ignore that. Pretend like that didn't happen. Okay, so we're going to watch our tension again. We're going to cross it over. Continue on with our white. For those. And then again from the back, we're going to take our next color, bring it over the top of our old color. Okay. So yeah, we just drop that white. Make sure it's straight. Okay. And then we're going to pull up our one and then pull through all the way until we get to that white. Like that. And this one is pretty simple to remember. You're going to, if you have them right next to each other, all you do is you just take your old working yarn, put it to the right, take your new working yarn and put it on top, okay? So if they're next to each other, we're gonna just lap them over each other like that. White. Give that tail of the old color a good tug. Pull through two, pull through two, pull through two. Now, I hope I'm teaching this right, or explaining this right. I tend to make things more difficult for myself, even simple things, and so. Or when people are trying to explain relatively simple things to me and I still don't understand it, I like to tell them, talk to me like you're talking to a child, like a 3-year-old maybe, or a kindergartner, you know, someone where you have to talk slow, plain, clear, and to the point, and a lot of step-by-step things. So that's why I'm breaking down everything for these video tutorials, because I know I like to be talked to like I'm a 3-year-old when people are trying to explain things to me, and then I go, aha, I finally got it. So okay, here we are. We need to bring this pink color from over here. So this is our color we just used. Remember, see, they're not right next to each other. Okay, they're separated. So you're going to lift up your old color, move your new color over here to its color section. You're going to drop down your old color. You're going to loop back over. Okay, so you're going to take this new color and you're going to bring it back over here to form a loop around. You're going to take, you can leave it there, or you can take this old color and cross it back over here if that's easier. And then watch that tension. And then you're going to finish your two. Okay, this is the last color change. So I'm going to talk slow again and show everyone. Again, let me zoom in for this part, just in case. Okay, so they're not next to each other. Okay, like the white's not right here. So we have to get them to, let's see if I can get my camera to focus. Come on. Hold on. Okay. So again, here is our old color. So we're going to lift that up, bring our new color over here, lay our old color down, take our new one and loop it back over. Sorry. And then take that old color and move it over here. So one more time. I guess I'll do it 2 more times. Okay, so 2 more times. So old color, new color. They're not next to each other. So that should help you remember that you have to do it this way when you're carrying your yarn. So you're going to lift up your old color, bring your new color underneath it, over here to the right side, lay down your old color, bring your new color back over in a loop. One more time. We'll do it the fast way. So you got your old color, your new color. You're going to cross them like this. So your old color should be on top of your new color. And then your new color, you're going to cross it back over. You're going to cross your new color on top of your old color. Like so. And then pull through the 2 and tighten that pink color. And then finish, sorry, I'm out of frame here. I'm still zoomed in. And then finish your 2 rows. And there you have it. There we did 6 rows of Tunisian crochet simple stitch. We did 3 color changes using 2 colors. Take the hook off. This is what the back looks like now. So this is what the back looks like. As you can see, this is where we did the bobbin color changes. Is this section down here. So you can see the difference. Huge difference. And then this is the carrying your yarn through. And then if you did more, you know, you're going to have more stitches than just a sample piece. So you just do the same thing all the way to your end with the carrying the yarn, and the same with the bobbin thing. So like I said, unless you're backing it with a blanket or you can watch, you have perfect tension on this part, I recommend this for backed blankets and pillows, of course. And then this one I recommend for like scarves, hats, blankets, anything that's not going to have a back on it. Okay. And then go to our front. And as you can see, all of our stitches where we did our color change, no holes. There's no stretching. There's no pulling from the sides. All right, well, that is it. That is the end of my part 2 for the color change. I hope this has helped at least one of you. Good luck.